Welcome to Fouts Boxing Theory. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Usyk versus Fury, a detailed analysis of skills, strategy, all-time great mistakes and flaws, how the fight played out. We got a long video, so we're going to go ahead and get into it. In this first clip, we see Usyk jumping on the line with his patented up and down bouncing, swords in with this. Usually takes and gives up lead foot dominance when he throws this shot, but not really in position exactly to follow up perfectly because he kind of lunges in, his head's over his front leg. It's a very unorthodox technique, right, that allows him to sword in, and then he has like a little pendulum here where he gets replanted to throw this rear shot. Look at how he kind of falls off balance here because of the big size of Tyson Fury. Now, Tyson Fury wasn't really able to use his size very often in this fight. We're going to talk about that. If you guys are interested, check out the Fouts Boxing Academy, only Boxing Academy, or community on the planet, all learning Fouts boxing theory, all that stuff. Go ahead and check it out. Now, controlling the lead hands. And as he gets to the front foot, you have to meet your opponent on the line. You have to do something because they're getting their weight there. They're getting there. They're ready to attack. And as Usyk bounces, he's getting there and he's drawing this lead hand. Look as his weight comes to the front foot here. Boom. Tyson Fury has to look to block that lead hand, otherwise it's going to find a direct connection to his face. So he's bouncing here, bounce, and when he bounces this time, he's going to bounce and he's going to go to slip to the side of the jab. Beautiful work. Now, this is because Tyson Fury's not using that jab to punch or feint or probe. He's only using it to control space. Okay, so Usyk is finding a way to get around this type of strategy, and there are a few reasons for this. Number one, Tyson Fury is not crossing the line, changing positions, or transitioning his weight at all. Called using his active guard. He doesn't really have his active guard. The only active guard that he's using is the lead hand, and Usyk is finding a way to easily get around that, just like in the first fight. And this is one of those things I thought Tyson Fury was going to be much better at. Now, shooting this jab here, and now take a look at the lead hand from Usyk. He didn't really peel. He didn't move off the line. He just looked to interact with that lead hand at first, and then he has this big hole over his right shoulder, okay? We want to take a look at that because this hole that he has here over his right shoulder, because when he controls and then he peels and he leaves the line, he always leaves this hole open. And while it may not have cost him the fight, we can clearly see that this flaw is going to cost him a lot of points and make the fight a lot closer than it needs to be. And it's not just about it, scoring or this or winning or all that stuff. It's also about making sure that you're not going to have holes that other people can take advantage of. Okay, becoming the best fighter that you can be. Now, after Tyson Fury throws that shot pop, Usyk tries to return fire and come back onto the line, and Fury does a decent job here of controlling him with the little hook. But I want to bring out attention, why does Fury not do this every time? Well, he's going to get to the line with a control, boom, and then another smack here, and then he's going to have another smack here, okay? He's going to be snapping, okay, what I call snapping 3 times. 1, 2, and then Usyk makes an attack on his line 3. This is a very high energy output sequence and move for him to do just to score 1 point. Now, as he's moving to the front foot here, okay, he's going to be circling to the right. Tyson Fury doesn't really circle in this fight. Okay, this is an all-time great mistake. He winds up sitting on the line with Usyk a lot of the time and just trying to challenge him, stay planted, so that he can find a way to time him as he comes in on his rhythm, right? Now, while he was circling and moving around in the first fight, he had a lot of success being able to move around and find traps and this and that. But I think him getting planted and getting stuck on the line really hurt him in this fight. Now, as Usyk was controlling him, right, he's meeting with the lead hand. Fury's meeting him with the lead hand. He's parrying this shot while he's circling, getting to the front foot. He's going to get to the front foot here, and all-time great mistake. There's no feint here. There's no probe. He allows Usyk to get close to him, and Usyk is just trying to get close enough to him while he's circling that he can get a little bit of lead foot dominance so he can use his little trap to get his head this close. Now, if Fury was able to keep him at the end of his glove right there, Usyk wouldn't be able to reach him, and that's what he's trying to do with the lead hand control, and that's why Usyk is trying to step around him so that he can find a more advantageous angle here to take this shot. Now, all he had to do was kind of step around him and start moving around and get that outside angle, that lead foot dominance, to find that free punch. Now, beautiful work here, finding opportunities to attack Tyson Fury on both sides of the line. The right side of the line where he throws the rear hand, and then the left side of the line where he throws the jab, and score. Now, all-time great skill here is finding an easy way to make and score points with your against your opponent. Okay, these punches, while not very damaging to Tyson Fury, are very important to keep putting him behind on the scoring because you have to find a way to make him make a mistake because Tyson Fury's bigger. He's taller. He has more reach. He's very fast as well. So you have to find something, right? And that's why it's important that you go to the body. That's why it's important um, that you don't always headhunt because Tyson Fury is very difficult to headhunt against. Now, stepping jab to the body, Tyson Fury doesn't have the greatest defense for this. A lot of people have very poor stepping jabs, and Tyson Fury is no exception. So the stepping jab comes out, and what happens? He scores a punch here. All-time great skill, all-time great strategy, following that shot up, not allowing your opponent to have a free punch that they get to throw at you. Now, Tyson Fury tries to counter, but he's not successful, and Usyk's able to follow up and chase Fury down. Again, this is going to be exposing another all-time great flaw of Tyson Fury. His defense is not that good. He only gets away with having good, quote unquote defense because he's so tall. He does the classic tall man defense, just pulling his head straight back. And he's pulling his head not just straight back, but it's straight back and up this way, right? Rather than coiling and getting prepared to throw another punch and getting planted, he bounces off the line. Again, he doesn't really understand how his punching power works, how body mechanics work for punching and all that stuff. And just a real quick thing here. This is a new power punching thing. It's going to be, the link is going to be in the description. It's the secret art of power punching. You know, sounds corny. It's $149.99 for the lesson. It comes with a 40-minute lesson that has, as you can see right here, it has dubs, it has subtitles so you can read it and see what's going on. It has a second technique here, which is an 8-minute video, and then this is all of the individual videos. This is a how do you say it? A compilation of that lesson, but it's a seamless lesson, a 40-minute lesson that I give somebody with all these little tips and tricks. I help them make this improvement and that improvement, and all of these improvements, if you keep practicing them, and they're going to make you a great puncher. Now, your boxing level is nearly commensurate to your ability to strike. They are almost exactly alike. And the better of a striker you are, the better of boxing and the better fighter you will be. So check that out. It's $149. I haven't gotten any reviews on it, but I have had a few people that I've sent it out to review, and they've said that it's amazing, that it really works, that, you know, obviously it works. It's all the technical ways to learn striking. But if Tyson Fury knew how to do this and knew how to get planted and coiled, as we can clearly see that he doesn't follow any of the instructions in this video, he'd be able to find himself in a position to counter Usyk and not let him chase him down. Now, he does eventually blast into a shot to keep Usyk a little bit honest and not just flooding his line, which is very important. Now, this is very important too because Tyson Fury is going to be jumping on the line, boom, and he shoots that jab. And now what's Usyk's immediate reaction? He's going to slip to the front foot to get away from a possible rear hand follow-up from Tyson Fury. This is an all-time great skill. Just understanding that after your opponent controls you, the likelihood that they controlled you for a reason is very high. Okay, so very high-level move. Just doing this will often allow you to avoid a lot of your opponent's biggest punches. This is a skill that someone like Floyd Mayweather would have, where they would get interacted with one punch, and they would immediately move off the line. They would immediately look to not allow the follow-up shots to come for free. Okay, very important stuff. Okay. Now, I love this little sequence here. Tyson Fury shooting those jab, a little fake jab here from counter from Usyk as he gets under and prepares to see that if there was a probe, if there was a feint, if that was a follow-up shot coming from Tyson Fury, right? Checking the line, looking to see if Tyson Fury is going to give him any follow-ups or any counters because he's been baiting with that lead hand to move into the hook. Now, again, Usyk getting into his patented jumping, tries to parry that shot, throws this shot, all-time great mistake. His back leg is going to shift forward because he has no choice. But Tyson Fury, because he doesn't get planted, because he doesn't get coiled, because he doesn't get down with his defense, doesn't have an opportunity to attack Usyk on that beat, but he does find a beat after. Right? So we see his intention is there, but because his technique and his theory is flawed, he doesn't have the opportunity to follow up and land that shot, which would have been a great shot against the shifting forward Usyk right there, especially because he was looking to do it. Now, again, All-time great mistake. I just want to point this out. This mistake here costs Tyson Fury a lot of punches in this fight, right? Bringing both of his hands forward. We are going to see him block a couple of punches, but the fact that he's staying so tall and he's trying to leverage his height against his opponent in this manner rather than pulling and using actually good boxing technique prevents him from closing the gap in the scoring between the two. Okay, moving into round two. Okay, and all those things play a massive, massive role on the fight because every single point at a high level becomes so valuable, so important. Now, again, moving straight back, not really getting coiled, not moving his head. Again, in this fight, another problem that Tyson Fury had, he was a bladed stance fighter. He didn't really cross the line, transition his weight, change positions. And as we talked about earlier, he came into the fight fat. He came into the fight fat, and he has a very, very high athletic style. Look at him flailing on the line, trying to attack and trying to keep Usyk honest. Usyk is generating a lot of momentum and a lot of speed with this bouncing, and it aids him in his ability to throw these punches and not wear himself out because he's using other parts of his body other than all of his energy just to throw his punches. I have one person in the Discord who was saying that Tyson Fury was just too fat to rotate through his punches. You know, I want to say that there's like some element of truth to it, but that's not where the power punching comes from. Again, check out the power punching series. The reviews are going to be coming in on it soon, and it's just the easiest way to learn how striking really works. Turn anyone into a power puncher. Okay, these are very, very, very high level techniques and theories, so check them out. Now, again, getting into his rhythm, stealing that little body shot, controlling a little bit of space, and I just want to point out Tyson Fury here in this whole clip right now. No circling, no stepping around, no crossing the line, no transitioning his weight. He's trying to fight and challenge Usyk on the line, right? And he's having a very, very difficult time getting any defense off, getting any offense off. Okay, and I just wanted to show that clip because again, it's very, very, very important because he's not looking for angles, right? Here he is crossing the line here, moving his head to the other side of the line, and we're going to see a couple of random clips of him doing stuff like that wind up being really good. But all-time great mistake, our all-time great skill here, jab. He's controlling him here just like he did in the last sequence, giving him space to throw that little counter that he'd been baiting, getting under it, and letting an excellent, excellent body shot to the left side of the body, slash the solar plexus, a really, really hard shot. Where's his post-punch defense, though? Does he get off the line? Does he pull? Does he block? Does he counter? He didn't really need to because Tyson Fury is a little bit sloppy with his 3-2 there, trying to get control, just trying to blast into it. But a really good pull counter move there, right? Baiting him into controlling, boom, baiting him into throwing the shot so that he could get under it and throw a shot right there. Very, very, very good shot. A lot of work just to land one punch, just like a real fight, right? Now, again, landing another good shot right here. Usyk just getting a free punch. But Tyson Fury trying to land that hook, that follow-up. But I want to point out, shooting that jab, had a little feint right there, shooting that jab, boom, gets controlled here, eats a body shot, trades the hook. But because he opened that sequence, because he started it, he's behind on energy. He's taking more effort, more energy to land very, very similar kinds of shots. Jab, pendulum, boom, right under that hook right there. And again, Tyson Fury's poor defense, moving straight back. Another all-time great flaw that we take a look at. When is he ever blocking with his left arm? When does he ever look to interact? He always has his left arm down. Okay, now we're going to see this play a part throughout the fight and throughout the scoring as the fight goes on. But it's one of those things that's, again, it's an all-time great flaw here. Okay, now coming forward, boom, boom, double jab, and now Usyk is going to try to counter him on the double jab because often Tyson Fury in this fight would have either a double jab, bop, bop, and then he would try to follow up and counter the follow-up shot from Usyk because Usyk is trying to counter the jabs because that's one of the only tools that Tyson Fury had to control space. Or Tyson Fury would throw a quick 1-2. Okay, but very, very, very seldomly would he really change these kinds of patterns. And Usyk was able to figure out how to work against the 1-2, as we saw, slipping the right hand, but also being prepared for the double jab to follow that shot back. Again, very, very, very low energy here, right? Tyson Fury, bah, bah, hard, right? And then that shot got parried, and now Usyk is jumping on the line with that control, baiting out this hook, landing his own body shot. He may be getting hit by this hook, right? And I want to point out, all-time great flaw. Right? he doesn't keep his right arm up to block punches either in that same zone, in that area. Okay, this is another flaw again that we talked about. We're going to see it rear its ugly head later against both fighters. Boom. Now, the double shots, because he's been countering the double jab, right? So he's going to shoot the double jab, boom, boom, right? And now Usyk is going to try to follow that shot back just like he did in the last clip. But Tyson Fury is going to change that shot and follow it up with a two, right? Landing a huge shot against Usyk, probably winning him this round. A really, really, really good shot, breaking up the pattern and the rhythm that Usyk was getting, countering him and following his shots back. However, again, this is a very, very high level technique and high energy expenditure from Fury. Bah, bah, stepping jab, and then into a snappy straight right hand. Again, this is all very, very, very high energy. And for someone like Tyson Fury, who came into the fight fat and out of shape, having to use more energy per move, having to use more energy per sequence is very, very, very bad for him. Okay, here we go into round 3 here. Slip into the front foot, getting controlled by the double jab. Now, again, he does land this hook here. Again, Usyk is not that great at blocking punches. Boom, boom. He's got this big guard that we can clearly see there's a big hole right here. And Fury's controlling him. Double jab, keeping that guard close, and then smacking him with this hook here. Again, Usyk doesn't really pull. Usually when he gets down on his defense, sometimes he's going to have some pull counters. We're going to see some of them. But he's not blocking. He's not moving his head off the line. Again, he uses a kind of shell up guard here, but again, it doesn't matter all that much because look at the defense that Usyk is using to get through this, right? Slips to the front foot, gets interacted with bop, bop, and then stepping hook. That's 3 beats. That's 3 intense snapping beats from Tyson Fury, right? That's a lot of energy to use. Okay. Now, all-time great mistake. Look at him pivoting on the front foot, trying to circle and get away. He's in the middle of a pendulum step here. Notice Usyk was not controlling space. He was not feinting. He was not probing. He was not using his leash. He was just running. And Tyson Fury was able to find an opportunity to meet him up on the ropes here and catch him with the hook. Now, again, it's not a big deal because he didn't lose the fight, but here, all you guys in the comment section, you guys are fighters, right? This is a channel for fighters, not for plebs, not for casuals, okay? You're not going to get away with making this mistake in front of somebody who's 4 inches taller than you, who has more experience than you, who's faster than you. You're going to have to be able to keep your arm up and keep your block up in a position that's going to be able to interact with the hook. Okay? And this all comes because Usyk is trying to pivot on the front foot and circle out that direction, allowing Tyson Fury to find a free punch. Okay? Now, again, at a high level, every free punch might knock you out. Jab, pendulum, boom, controlling him with the lead hand right there. And then stepping jab with the hook. Boom, boom, boom. A lot of energy from him again. And again, Usyk just moving off the line, following him back right there and landing again. Just following Tyson Fury up on those double jabs. Not allowing Fury to come forward, boom, boom, and get value out of those, stepping those with those shots. And again, parrying it and then following him back, landing an excellent, excellent shot. Again, Tyson Fury's defense on average in this fight was extremely poor. Now, excellent block here. Finally getting a block, not using both of his hands to parry and push his hands away from the line. Still a lot of flaws with this block. There's still some holes. You can still see his neck right there. He's not getting down. He's not pulling and getting his weight down so he can follow up. He's just still pulling straight back. But the fact that he's able to interact with this shot means that he doesn't actually fall behind in this sequence and give away a free punch. Again, any random punch not only can knock you out, but any random punch that hits you is a point for your opponent, and you have to prevent your opponent from scoring as many points as possible. Now, this clip is very, very, very cool right here. I just wanted to point out, here he is stepping jab here. And look at where Tyson Fury's head is right now. Boom, the shot comes out. Usyk slips to the front foot. He's going to come back with his own little pull counter-like thing. And look at where Tyson Fury's head was. Look at where it is when he shoots the jab. Boom. And look at where his head was. If he didn't move his head right here and get his head out of that zone, Usyk would have caught him with this shot. Very, very, very important. I just wanted to point this clip out. After you make an attack on your opponent's line, they're gonna try to hit you. And again, this is an all-time great skill from Usyk, being able to make attacks on the line safely after your opponent makes an attack on the line. Again, this is going to help you mitigate the amount of offense that your opponent has, because every time they throw a punch at you, they're worried about getting punched in the face themselves. This is very, very, very important. Okay, and the fact that this is happening, right, is very important because it's not always happening on Tyson Fury's end. Now, as he's moving around, Tyson Fury taking a big stepping around hook here. Now, again, he doesn't really step around with his active guard. He kind of only steps around while he's punching. Okay, it's very interesting, but he does wind up making it around the guard here and around Usyk's guard. And again, when I talked about the right arm not being a good blocking shot for Usyk, he gives away this free punch. Now, what if Usyk was actually Mikey Garcia and he could throw a 3-2 like that? Right? Usyk could be in a lot of trouble. Okay? And we want to make sure that we don't lose to a fighter like Mikey Garcia, don't we? Don't we all remember when Mikey Garcia was a weight bully and he was knocking everyone out? He was like 32-0 with 30 knockouts or something, like some crazy, ridiculous, good puncher, good pendulum fighter, Mikey Garcia. But overall, technically, not that sound, right? Not very sound, not a lot of offense. But that's his move, right? And you don't want to lose to a guy whose only move is jump on the line with a quick 3-2, right? And again, not being able to interact with the lead hook, very, very, very difficult to interact and stop all that kind of stuff from happening later on in the fight if your opponent can start putting things together. Now, he's got him on the ropes here, right? He's trying to circle off. He gets to the front foot here. And Usyk kind of puts pressure on him, right? All-time great skill here. This is for one of my students. Can you shift backwards? He was asking me. Now, as Usyk gets close to him, Fury doesn't want to take a step off the line. He doesn't want to circle. He doesn't want to allow Usyk to get close to him. So he just shifts backwards into orthodox to cover up that space without losing his guard. Very good move. Now, once he shifts, though, he makes an all-time great mistake. Doesn't have his left shoulder guarding the line. He feints here. And look at when he feints. Usyk tries to parry that feint, doesn't come, and now look at how exposed Tyson Fury is getting smacked by this shot here. It's not super clean because he's trying to throw his own punch, but we can see how poor that feint was. We can see that pivoting on the front foot is very bad when your opponent is going to explode into punches, and this hole right here, we can see very clearly, costs the very tall Tyson Fury a punch. It costs him a punch in the biggest fight in his career, which is exactly where we don't want punches to be. We don't want to be paying for these mistakes. Right now, when he moves straight back, his head stays on the line. He's not choosing a side. He's not crossing the line, transitioning away, changing positions. He's not blocking this punch correctly. He is kind of trying to have his hand up, but this punch is scraping him right across his face. It's not a straight punch. It's still a rounded punch, but it is kind of scraping him across the face. An excellent shot from Usyk. And then again, beautiful, beautiful work. What's the most likely thing to happen after your opponent throws a punch and lands a punch on you? Well, you're usually going to try to get that point back, right? They're going to take a break. They're going to think. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. Not Usyk. He's immediately going to try to score again, try to get another point, try to win another sequence in a row, try to put him farther ahead. Again, that's an all-time great skill. Your ability to continue following up, putting pressure on your opponent, scoring points. Beautiful parry there, right? Tyson Fury doing a good job probing that shot, getting under the counter, pivoting here, landing an excellent shot right here. Now, Usyk, right? Number one, poor post-punch defense on average. He stays there, winds up getting cracked. But Tyson Fury, very, very poor post-punch defense as well because he's fat, right? So he's still going to get smacked by this left hand or this right hand from Usyk. Okay, neither one of them, I want to point out, keeping their lead hands up in a position to guard the line. Circling a little bit, right? Stepping jab to the body. Now again, getting followed up because when he throws that shot, Usyk always looking to make him pay. No free shots from Usyk. Now here's the thing. Usyk being the shorter guy, he's not going to win this fight if he's not doing this. He's not going to win, number one, if he allows Fury to throw a lot of punches at him and be confident that he's not going to have to pay for these shots. He's not going to win a fight like that if there's too much punches coming at him because Tyson Fury is fast. Tyson Fury can throw punches pretty quickly. So he has to constantly be on his grind, even though this winds up being a little bit of a trap for him, right? Here comes this punch here, boop, and then he's covering that hole with his own left hook. It does wind up hitting Usyk kind of on the back of the head-ish. It's not like a blatant foul or anything. He's not trying to do it on purpose, but he's trying to protect that jab to the body with that hook. Now, sorting that jab through, pretty decent shot. We can see just real quick, boop, And he's trying to parry it, swords it through, and as he gets to the front foot here, we can see that lead hand parrying for Usyk, right? Not allowing that shot to come straight through the guard. Boom. Trying to counter that shot. Beautiful. And now again, stealing that shot. Again, no free punches from Fury. As soon as Fury lets that shot go, just watch that pop, pop. He's stealing that body shot. Beautiful. Very, very difficult to fight. Now, Fury, again, trying to dissuade Usyk from throwing that counter. I can't just let him throw these punches over and over and over again. But again, these kinds of strategies really helped separate Usyk from Fury, right? Now getting to the line, jab, pull, and then now again coming in with the hook, seeing that Usyk is going to be coming in, trying to counter with that body shot, trying to counter with that rear hand. Tyson Fury doing a good job of using his own kind of pull counters, right? Again, it's not really a pull counter, right? But it's a third beat attack, right? He attacks on beat 1, he pulls Ish on beat 2 to get away from the counter and trying to counter him and make him pay for that shot, right? Boom, here he comes pulling and now walking him into that shot when he crosses the line. Excellent, excellent work and adjustment from Fury. And again, that's just what you have to do. Now, however, if Fury is not in as good a shape, he's not going to be able to trade jab into hook for the body shot every time because he's going to get tired. It costs a lot of energy. Now, very, very interesting sequence here. He's coming forward. Fury's in southpaw here. Control him, right? And now again, what did we see earlier in this fight when Usyk got onto Fury's line and he threw a punch at him, right? Well, Fury stuck both of his arms out to parry. As soon as Usyk changes southpaw here, he throws the jab, and Usyk knows he needs to interact with the jab with the rear hand, but he's so used to interacting with the jab with the lead hand, he sticks both of his hands out there. He's no longer guarding the line with his rear arm. He doesn't have a block for the left hand that Tyson might throw now that he's in southpaw. Okay, so he's going to control him. Now Usyk starts pulling, and we can see that there's no arm on his head, smacking him right on top of the head. Again, all-time great mistake, not being able to not understanding where your block is going to come from, not being able to block that shot, right? And again, points like that not only can actually end the fight, but they're just random free punches. Now, Tyson Fury, poor post-punch defense, winds up getting hit again and again. Usyk, relentless. Even though he just got punched in the face, following up, hitting Tyson Fury, not letting Tyson Fury get away with that shot. Man, I just want to point out, boom, boom. Now again, stepping with the jab, throwing the hook right off of the jab. Again, a double snap move, boom, boom. Smacks him with the hook. No guard for the hook right there from Usyk. Again, getting hit again, and again over this guard, right? Costing him another punch in a close fight. Right? But following it up, not allowing Tyson Fury to get the last word of the sequence, not allowing Tyson Fury to compile any kind of points, get ahead. Even though Tyson Fury just had 2 really good sequences, landed 2 left hands on Usyk's head, Usyk just not allowing him to get away with that stuff. Now, I do want to say that I am more impressed with with Fury's punches in those sequences than Usyk's. And if you score the punches, you score those things by sequence and not by punch. Who won that sequence? This little chess game that they had, Fury won them, which means that the follow-up punches that he's landing to the body are nearly negligible because he's getting hit to the head. But it's one of those things that you just got to keep doing. You can't let your opponent, even if you're not winning and getting the points, right? Because I wouldn't give Usyk points for this, right? I would still give Fury the points for the sequence there, for the win, right? And it's more important to say he won that sequence. Who had more, right? When you play checkers with your opponent, right? Say one guy, I don't know how you win in checkers other than stealing all your opponent's checkers pieces. But if you don't have to do that, you got to get to the other side. Chinese checkers, I guess, right? But it's how many micro engagements do you win? It's not about always going tit for tat, right? But how many micro engagements do you win? And I think Usyk is still losing this micro engagement, even though what he's doing is more difficult and yada, yada, yada. But overall, you cannot let your opponent just throw punches at you and you don't interact with them. Now, little monkey see, monkey do here. I thought this was really funny. But Tyson Fury is going to control him, throw this little uppercut. And take a look at the reaction from Usyk. He's going to kind of duck his head like a little scrub here, right? But now he's going to do the same thing. Look at him give him a little uppercut right there. Like, what do you think? And then Tyson Fury gives him another one here. Little monkey see, monkey do. Kind of funny, them feinting each other with these little feints here. Because neither one of them really feints or uses that punch very often. Tyson Fury is going to use it pretty soon. But it is really interesting. Is Tyson Fury saying, or is Usyk saying, okay, don't throw the uppercut because now I know you're throwing the uppercut. I just showed you that I threw the uppercut. But then is he going to say, well, now that you know that I throw the uppercut, you know that I'm feinting the uppercut, and you just showed me that you know, then now you know that I'm not going to throw it because I know that you know. But now that you know that I know that you know, am I going to do it now? Because I know that you know that I know, right? And it creates these layers, right? Anyway, getting to the line, little stepping jab here, bop, bop, another stepping jab, and again, Usyk following him back, not allowing him to just pepper the line, right? Not allowing him to get away with just flooding the line and throw these shots. Boom, pepper the line. Again, steal that shot again. Excellent. Always on, right? Usyk following him around. The jab comes, steal that shot. Steal that shot. All right, moving into round 4 now. And we got my little short here. Don't worry about that. Bounce, little rhythm here, stealing that body shot again, over and over again. Boom. Now, this was a very, very interesting clip because we saw him just bouncing, and now he's going to bounce here. He goes up, gets his head grabbed here, and smacked by an uppercut here from Fury. This is a very, very good shot. Usyk kind of falls a little bit off balance. It looks like it kind of hurt him a little bit. Pardon me, guys. I smoke a little bit of weed real quick. But landing an excellent shot right there on that bouncing, right? Up, down, up, beat right there. And then he's going to get back into the rhythm. Up, down, up, and then get smacked right there. A little bit of trickiness right there as he gets grabbed, right? Controlled by the lead hand of Fury. This is a move, a kind of a thing that Pacquiao would do, right? He would always usually just stick his head out and pull his head down, close his eyes, stick his lead hand up, and then go 1, 2, right? And that's a little bit of what Fury's doing, but he's kind of grabbing the head to find out where Usyk's head is. Excellent timing, really good shot. All right, just looking at this clip, we can already see that Tyson Fury doesn't have his lead hand up. He's not in a position to block. He's got the Philly shell lead shoulder hand low. So he's probably going to get punched in the face immediately by Usyk by like a 1-2, I'm guessing from this clip. Boom. Right over the top. Now, again, all-time great mistake. Just keep your hand up. Don't allow there to be a direct line between your opponent's rear hand and your chin. And you can avoid a lot of these kinds of shots. But because he doesn't have enough time to react to Usyk, and Usyk is just racing him. He's just absolutely getting on, okay, I'm going to shoot the 1, I'm going to shoot the 2. As soon as I throw the 1, I'm just going to blast into that 2 as hard and fast as I can. And smashes him with that shot. Again, boom. And again, in a close fight, you can't afford to just be giving away what? A free connection with your opponent's absolute best punch? No, you can't. You can't afford that. Okay? All right, next clip. Boom, boom. Again, moving straight back, not moving his head off the line, yada, yada, yada. Again, because Tyson Fury's not circling there, he's constantly in position to be hit by those bad shots. A little bit of circling here. Boom, boom. Beautiful. Now, the jab comes, right? And take a look at the reaction, right? Boom, boom, right? Fury's like, oh, he's countering my jab, right? And we've been seeing him. Boom, here's the jab. He's been countering the jab all those times, right? So many body shots. Tyson Fury, all-time great skill, right? Boom, boom. Shoots the 1-2. Now, this is a theory that Mike Tyson talks about, right? Make 2 punches sound like 1. I use this theory to teach my students. I call it make 2 punches sound like 1, but it's more about sewing 2 beats together as quickly as you can. It's not about the way that I teach it is different than the way that Mike Tyson teaches it, right? It's not about the punches, but it's just how quickly you can go from one beat to the next beat, right? Very similar into the last sequence where Usyk feints with the jab and then shoots the 2 over the top. Tyson Fury's doing the same thing, boom, boom, trying to get your opponent to react to the first beat, and then you race them with the second beat, okay? So Tyson Fury doing a good job here of shooting the jab, getting countered, shooting the jab one, then he's pivoting and then going, and then putting those 2 together, taking advantage of the fact that, again, Usyk is trying to counter and take away the jab from Tyson Fury, so Tyson Fury makes a little bit of an adjustment, gives him the jab, and then counters him before he's able to get that move. Now, it does look like Usyk is trying to get into position when the jab comes to pendulum on him, and he's not expecting the rear hand here, so it winds up being a really, really, really good shot from him. Tyson Fury even giving a little bit of a bolo there. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Now, I love this sequence here. He's going to be feinting the hook here, penduluming, throwing the rear hand, shifting, and then controlling with the lead hand. Bop! After he shifts. Some beautiful, beautiful work. This is an all-time great skill. And if you guys want to learn how to do this stuff, again, check out the Fouts Boxing Academy. I have all the drills, all the shifting drills, all the patterns to teach this all-time great skill so that you can kind of do this forever against your opponent. Okay. Also on the Fouts Boxing Academy, there's a bunch of fighters who have been posting their content, posting their fights. They post their sparring, all that stuff, so you can kind of come learn. I recently actually had a fighter. I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag a little bit, but I got this guy that I've been training. We went on a little trip down to Philly. We got some sparring. My guy is 5'7", right? He's gonna fight at about 125. Right, 125, 130. We're not sure yet. And we got some sparring against a professional fighter. I have the rounds. I have them. He's 5'6". He was sparring against a guy who's 10-1 as a professional. My guy has one amateur fight. Okay, he hadn't sparred in 11 months except for sparring with me, moving around and training with me, and a couple of the guys in the Discord as well. But he got to spar against a 10-1 pro. Quadir Albright. Okay, we did 3 rounds with him, 3 4-minute rounds. I have the video, and the first round, he absolutely dominated him. The scoring, he easily outpointed him. We weren't even trying to go hard or anything, and the guy, when he would find any type of advantage, he would try to flood the line and quote unquote beat us. But if you're interested, if you guys make a vote, maybe I'll release the first round. I'll show you guys. But again, my guy's only 5'7". That guy's 6'1", and we were whooping him. That guy has 11 professional fights. That guy has a sparring round with Norman Jr., the current welterweight champion, knocking him down in sparring. He didn't knock my guy down. But we caught him a lot. We outboxed him, outpointed him easily. But yeah, if you guys are interested in learning the Fouts Boxing Academy system, again, it's a system where I teach you not to make all these mistakes that I'm talking that Usyk and Fury are making. They're the only way that you can bridge the gap against someone who has a 6-inch advantage and a 20-pound weight advantage. Again, the guy's 6'1", weighs 150, and again, he has 11 pro fights. Okay, my guy has 1 amateur fight, and we were schooling him. Okay, I may release the video if you guys want to see it. But yeah, Fouts Boxing Academy. Okay, this is how fighting works. All right. Anyway, moving on. My guy Eddie doesn't want to release the video. He's like, I don't want people seeing me. I don't want people to know what I'm doing. I don't want, it's like, you did so good. Why you gotta hide it? Now, beautiful, beautiful work. Now, this clip is here, right? Usyk's going to jump on the line, control, bop, make 2 punches sound like one, all-time great skill, bop, bop. Throws that shot, misses, doesn't want to continue the sequence, gets off the line, peel, starts circling, and as he's circling, right, control, moves to the front foot here. Every time you move to the front foot, your opponent's going to look to take advantage of it. If you didn't feint, control, probe, do a move, you didn't peel right away, your opponent's going to make to look in a connection with you. Right? Gets off the line. Now, again, he's going to make it to that same position as he's crossing the line, as he's getting here. Notice he's going to be throwing a probe here. This is an all-time great skill. Notice he didn't start this sequence with a stepping jab like he usually does. He didn't start this sequence by bouncing around and jumping up and down, and I'm going to call it like an idiot. Telegraphing what he's doing, relying on the fact that he's going to be faster and more explosive than the controlled and subdued Tyson Fury from that movement. Right? But he's hiding this shot while he's circling and stepping around his opponent. This is an extremely, extremely important skill to have in order to help you bridge the gap in scoring between you and your opponent at a high level, because at some point your opponent is going to be seeing all your stepping 1-2s coming, just like Tyson Fury didn't get hit by the last one in this sequence. Okay, but he's able to throw this shot right through the guard. He's able to completely disguise this move, take a step on the line with the front foot, boop, and then just throw this shot and explode and race into this shot without exposing himself. Again, all-time great skill that you learn circling and stepping around your opponent. Now, if you want to learn all the best drills, again, check out the Fouts Boxing Academy. There's over 100 drills to teach you how to do all this stuff while circling, while stepping around, while doing this, while doing, right? Now, again, getting back to the circling, again, all-time great skill. right? You don't want to be stuck challenging your opponent on the line, right? Usyk can't sit on the line with Tyson Fury the whole time. After he throws a bunch of punches and lands a bunch of punches, he has to find a meaningful opportunity to circle and step around and still score, but also rest, right? And control Tyson Fury. Notice he hit him with that rear hand probe. That was a scoring shot, and it also stopped him from coming forward. Now, all-time great flaw, he steps around here, right? He's pivoting on the front foot, and here he is getting smacked. We can see that his lead hand is down. This shot is coming right over the shoulder, knocking him off balance. This is, again, one of those times where if your opponent throws a Mikey Garcia at you, 3-2, they're going to get you, right? If Tyson Fury was going to make two punches sound like one from this moment, he was going to be able to score. And Alexander Usyk is in a terrible position. Now, why didn't Usyk throw that same rear hand probe that he threw last time? Why didn't he throw a lead hand probe? Why did he pivot all the way to this front foot? Why did he get interactive with this shot and not counter? Because this hook comes and he could be throwing a counter punch. He could be blocking. He could be doing because he's stuck pivoting on the front foot. Again, this front foot pivot combined as well with not keeping your lead hand up in a position where you can block the hook on the side these are two all-time great mistakes that not only cost him a point, but they cost him a good one. They cost him a hard punch. The kind of punch in a close fight against someone who's bigger than you and outweighs you might end the fight for you. And we cannot afford to let our opponent have holes that might cost us the fight in our most important fight ever. Boom! Beautiful. Now again, bounce up, down, boom. Timing him right there. Beautiful shot. I do want to say, man, it's funny because when he gets on the line here, because Usyk is just using this lead hand to kind of control him, and he's going to kind of jump down and try to roll under and throw the rear hand. Excellent timing, right? This is one of those problems with that bouncing. Usyk has a huge hole right here over the top of Fury's left shoulder, but he can't take advantage of it because he's in the air when he's probing, right? It's not actually a probe or a punch or a real move. He's throwing it just to control space so he can get in his bouncing and his rhythm. Again, he's in the air so often that he doesn't actually have an opportunity to change his strategy, right? Because he's not actually planted on the ground. He can't even throw a punch. He has to bounce and wait till he lands. And in this sequence, he winds up landing right on Tyson Fury's lead hand. Now, Tyson Fury makes a huge mistake, lands that shot, and what does he try to do? Immediately, he tries to tie him up. All-time great cheat, all-time great foul, right? He just landed a great shot. What fucking business does he have trying to grab and hold his opponent? What business at all? Illegal. You should be embarrassed trying to grab him. Number one, you just punched him in the face. Why don't you fucking punch him again? But you're the bigger, stronger, longer guy, more reach. Every advantage is in your court, except that you don't have any goddamn discipline. You don't train hard. And you're going to embarrass yourself by punching him in the face and trying to grab him? Jesus Christ. Anyway, embarrass yourself, Tyson Fury. Be even more embarrassing than running out of the ring like a little girl. Anyway, one of those things, because Tyson Fury doesn't follow up, doesn't always counter, doesn't always, right? Bounces, boom. Again, because he's not always interacting. Now he's throwing that as a punch, pulling, getting to this position. Tyson Fury is not countering. He's not doing the thing. He allowed him to get on the line. This was, again, one of those traps where he jabs and he pendulums and he comes down, right? Boom, boom, boom. Throwing a combination, allowing him to follow up and then peel. Again, just one of those things where if it was one punch, you're kind of like, okay. But now, even though none of these punches really landed, this looks so bad for Tyson Fury. Right? It looks so bad. It just looks like Usyk is getting ahead of him. And the thing is, we can see that he is getting ahead of him. He is doing better things than him. He's not scoring. But that's not the only point. We can see that Tyson Fury is falling behind in ability. He's getting tired, right? Things are about to start compiling against him. Pivoting on the front foot, again, penduluming right here. Now he's literally in the air. Remember when he got hit with the hook last time? Remember when he got hit with the uppercut? Right? Circling. But again, learning how to do this correctly and without any holes in your guard will give you an extreme advantage against your opponent. Boom. Again, getting hit with the hook again when he's pivoting on the front foot. And again, not only is that a shot that might cost you the fight, but there's no reason to be eating that shot. There's no reason, okay? Just giving your opponent, you worked so hard throughout the course of the entire fight, and now you're just going to let your opponent steal some points? Now, again, that same move. Hey, boom. Are you going to counter? Bah, getting down. No counter, so he starts attacking. Boom, boom, right? Boom, boom, boom. Now, beautiful parry right here, and then an excellent, 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 excellent 1-2 from Fury. Again, when the sequences really get too long, and Usyk stays on Fury's line and beats him up too much, right? Fury does wind up breaking into a move and doing that thing that fighters do, and then he just freaks out and he says, "Get the hell off my line!" and then punches. But there's no real strategy here. He wasn't planning on it. He was hoping that Usyk was going to leave the line, not push him and bully him around and make him look silly, right? But Usyk making a all-time great flaw, shifting off this punch, again, getting controlled here. Again, has poor post-punch defense, doesn't pull, doesn't block, doesn't know how to get his hands in the correct position. He usually does the thing where he just shells up and brings his hands in front of his face, and this looks like a hands in front of your face kind of moment, and he's getting hit right around the guard with one of the biggest punches while he's moving, while he's just exerted. This is one of the worst times in such a deep sequence to get hit by your opponent's best shot. Okay? And again, anyway, moving on, pivoting on the front foot, gets hit with the hook around the guard. Again, just giving that point up over and over and over again. And again, there's no point, there's no reason to give that point up, right? There are 1,000 things he could be doing, right? Let's go back to that clip real quick. When he gets to the front foot here, where's his probe? He could have thrown that rear hand. Now, as he left, he could have thrown the right hand as a probe. He could have attacked multiple times off of this shot and then left. And now he gets to the position. Boom, he could have thrown a rear hand right now while Tyson Fury is throwing this shot here. He could have been hitting him with that shot. He could be throwing a left hook. He could be throwing a right hook, right? But instead, he's just moving around, no guard, or no active guard in that case. No feinting, no probing, no control of his opponent. Right? He's not doing those things, and he just pivots in front of him and allows Tyson Fury to keep his hands down and throw punches at him. Bounce, bounce. Uh-oh, what's he going to do, guys? Get interacted with, eats a shot to the body, eats a shot to the head. Now, again, because he doesn't block that shot, he doesn't understand where his hand's supposed to be, he just allows Tyson Fury to walk on the line with a 2, uppercut 2, and then throw that 3 right there. Beautiful shot. I just wanted to point that out. And again, that's a hole that's there that was open basically the whole fight. Now, Alexander Usyk, all-time great flaw, okay? Now, we have seen him crossing the line a little bit, but for the most part, most of his attacks, because we've only seen one rear hand probe where he crossed the line and threw that shot without telegraphing it, without having to bounce and jump and tell his opponent he's coming, all of his attacks occur when he's on the right side of the line, okay? On the right side of the line. Okay, here's the line here. Boom, his head's always here, right? He never gets his head to the other side of Tyson Fury's head while he's trying to make his first attack, okay? Most people call this front foot or back foot fighting, right? That he's fighting off of the back foot, right? It's not really how it's going on. Here at the Fouts Boxing Academy, I teach left side and right side of the line, not front foot and back foot. But we do talk about front foot and back foot weight distributions. But fighting on one side of the line and the other side of the line is still different. Now, if you hear anybody talking about this theory, what side of the line they're on, this is a Fouts Boxing theory. Just like teaching someone to move their head when they throw a punch. That's a Fouts Boxing theory. I taught that to the world like 7 years ago. It's very common knowledge now. Everyone, all that stuff about striking and moving your head and your feet all comes from Fouts Boxing, okay? But it all catches on very quickly because people like Mighty Mouse, right? That guy, he talks about the void, right? Controlling space. That's all that is, controlling space, feinting and controlling space between you and your opponent. That's a theory that I taught him, right? But he uses it. He doesn't give me any credit. Corey Sandhagen teaches my theory, right? Actually, I was doing some videos for a guy at that camp, Zach Punga. If you guys are interested, I might be able to sell you guys that video that I made him. I made him a private video. Let me know if you guys are interested in seeing what kind of coaching I would give to a professional UFC fighter, right? It's like an hour-long video, film study of his last fight and some theory and some things he needs to work on. And he loved the video. But if you guys are interested in seeing it, I could release it because we're not working together. I was supposed to go out there and train with him, but I talked some shit about Corey Sandhagen and Trevor Whitman, who steal my theory, who steal what I'm teaching and don't give me any credit, because that guy has his head so far up his ass, he thinks he knows everything. But that guy's an amateur striker. I've seen a lot of his stuff because people make me watch it. Oh, what do you think about this guy? He's an idiot. He's a bum. Okay? Neither one of those guys know anything about striking. Justin Gaethje, striker? What a joke. That guy's terrible. And if you want to box, Justin Gaethje, you want to call me out, bro, I'm happy to move around with you. I think you're a little bit bigger than me. But striking only on the feet, hands, I'll knock you the fuck out, dude. I'll annihilate you. Same thing with you, Corey Sandhagen, but you're a small guy. Mighty Mouse, you're a small guy too. You're a weight class. I'm only like 130, 145, 150 right now. I don't cut weight at all. I'm still fat at the moment. But anyway, getting back to this thing, getting on with talking shit about all these fucking frauds. You know, the only frauds used to be people like Coach Anthony and Tom Youngkello, those bums who steal from me. Um, but anyway, getting back to the film study, he's a right side of the line fighter, right? So when he comes to the line, sword fighting with his jab, trying to come to this side, notice he's not crossing the line. Once he gets into range, Tyson Fury just has to let his hook go and smack him, not allow him to get any value out of his penduluming and his bouncing, right? Now, circling, again, right side of the line fighter. Excellent shot here. Now, again, not very often is he using this shot, but look at how little he had to pay for that shot, right? Beautiful, beautiful work right there. Really, really good. But again, starting so many of his sequences on the right side of the line doesn't allow him to find very many opportunities to surprise Tyson Fury, right? Because Tyson Fury is so active with that lead hand, so active with that hook. Now, notice right there, no hook right there, no response from Tyson Fury. He just let him on the line, and then he was able to throw a combination, right? Beautiful, beautiful work, right? Now, again, all-time great skill, circling. Look at him challenge him on the line, right? And he knows Tyson Fury's ready. So what's he going to do? Take a step this way. Tyson Fury's trying to circle and step around a little bit as well, but his is not nearly as good. He's very, very, very bladed. Now look at him bringing his head to the front foot. What happens when you bring your weight to the front foot? Your weight comes to the front foot. Your opponent looks to attack you. Tyson Fury shoots that jab. He pulls, takes a step with his lead foot, and then is able to counter him here. Beautiful, beautiful work. Excellent trap, right? Now again, this is all stuff that you do while you're circling and stepping around your opponent. That's why it's so important, right? Especially for somebody like Alexander Usyk, who is at a black belt disadvantage right now because Tyson Fury is bigger than him, taller than him, and also fast. Okay? Round 6. Boop, boop, boop. Now again, Tyson Fury not countering everything, not getting it all the interactions, and allowing Usyk to get on his line with the rear hand here. Boom. Now take a look at the block, right? He's trying to keep his block up, not trying to expose the right side of his face here. However, because he's not countering this shot and really taking advantage of it, he just allows Usyk to sit on his line and throw a combination. Again, small things like this, just recognizing, oh, I have a little bit of space here. Tyson Fury is really not interacting with me. He's not putting any pressure on me when I get close to him. It just allows him to fill that space with punches. Boom. Trying to counter him again. Now, again, it's jab, jab-ish hook thing, right? Actually, it is a hook, right? Boom. And he tries to whip around with the hook. Usyk's pulling, tries to shoot him with the one, takes the one, jumps in the air with the one to come down with the two. He is getting tagged right here. Very important. But again, triple snapping from Fury. Boom, boom, boom. Lot of energy to land that one punch there, right? And again, he's still eating that body shot himself, okay? And again, it's all about figuring out pull, boom, boom, jumping on his line. Now again, The jab comes, he pulls, tries to jump on the line with the 1, the 2, touching him with the hook, right? But not really like a super meaningful shot. But again, Usyk is starting to try to time him and take away all of his jabs, trying to counter those shots. Boom. Stepping with the hook, and again, smacking him again. Boom, stepping, hook, and he's taking a step off the line, smacking him with that shot. Again, very, very difficult for Tyson Fury to find places to freely throw any punches. We can see what happens when when Usyk throws punches at him. No counters. So Usyk gets to throw 3-punch combinations, and then anytime Fury throws any punches at Fury, anytime Fury throws any punches at Usyk, Usyk is countering. Now again, even though Usyk is getting hit sometimes with the counters, right, with the hook follow up or this or that, on average, because his activity is so much higher, he's just landing so many more punches than Usyk, right? Now, Usyk is trying to counter that jab and follow him back and jump on the line with the 1-2, so the jab comes, boom, and then Tyson Fury decides to use all-time great skill, make 2 punches sound like 1-1-2, pop, pop, and steal a shot, changing the pattern, making a slight adjustment, landing a really good shot, and making Usyk pay for the fact that he's not giving him any space on the line, right? Because again, he's attacking him every time, so Tyson Fury just makes a small adjustment, organizes his fight strategy just a tiny bit differently, and winds up scoring a very, very, very meaningful-ish blow. I want to say meaningful-ish because he didn't hurt him, he didn't knock him down, but it is the kind of punch, hey, I'm trying to land that shot for real, right? Pendulum's on the line, bounce, bounce, makes it to the front foot, back foot, front foot. When he gets to the front foot, Fury tries to throw the hook, smacks him with the hook, gets him. Boom, controls him. Now again, what does he do after that, right? Boom, touches him a little bit, makes it to the front foot, and now again, he gets to that other side of the jab and throws a rear hand probe. Again, beautiful work, not making all of his attacks on the right side of the line. This is an attack he's making from the left side of the line, right, off of his active guard and his circling, right? It is getting parried by Fury, which I don't like. I like that he's not getting hit, but I don't like that he's specifically trying to parry. It's very dangerous if it's a rounded punch, but don't get hit. That's more important than don't parry, right? But a little bit of active guard right there from Usyk, trying to cross the line a little bit, right? And again, moving around, getting to the front foot. And again, you can see that he's kind of baiting Fury here. Hey, what do you think? Pull, steps inside, boom, counter, and a follow-up counter, right? Again, Tyson Fury being baited to throw that stepping jab. And again, that's all he has, right? Boom, telegraphs it, bop, bop, fake little follow-up, doesn't matter. But very easy to follow up on him. And either Tyson Fury has to throw his fastest 1-2 every time, or he has to have a better peel, right? But he's getting priced into all these kind of moves that he doesn't want to make, right? All this extra energy to score, right? And again, because he came into the fight fat, jumps on the line, throws the rear hand, right? Throws it around the guard. Again, because he doesn't know how to block punches, the guard comes up and there's big holes. He's blocking some of the straight ones, but this one makes it around the guard because he doesn't immediately start countering. Usyk's allowed to sit on the line and throw some punches at him again. And again, sequences like that where he gets on the line and doesn't have to leave and just throws a couple of extra punches, they just allow him to pile up the scoring, allow him to look like he's being more effective than he is, even though some of those punches aren't landing. Boom, blocked-ish, but allow him to follow up and then land another meaningful, right? Again, I think this first one is blocked by the guard, right? It's getting blocked and then a follow-up. And then again, because there's no counters, you can't just block everything. We take a look at the elbow here. That means that the arm is here of Fury. This glove is here. We can see the tape of this arm, so this arm is here. There's a big hole around the guard, and we can see that it's pushing and smacking Tyson Fury's guard out of the way. He's clearly getting hit by that shot. A shot that if he was keeping his tight guard and then again also countering Usyk more often, feinting or moving his head off the line or peeling or doing anything after first contact, he wouldn't be getting hit with, right? Again, he's only getting hit with this punch in combination because of the fact that he doesn't have any follow-ups off of those shots. He's not isolating Usyk from his own punches and his own follow-ups. Jumping on the line again, right at the beginning of the line, or right at the beginning of the round, one of those things that he just does so often. And again, He just landed a combination, then he jumps on the line, lands another combination. Again, one of those small things that he just does to separate himself because there's not enough follow-ups from Tyson Fury, right? One of the big flaws of coming into the ring fat, right? Now, this is an interesting round because most of the round this winds up being kind of a one beat, right? And then he gets off the line. One beat, boom, stepping jab, and then tries to get off. But Fury is going to make this kind of a low activity control probe, right? How often is he throwing these shots out there and not just sticking his hand out there to touch gloves, right? But now he's actively feinting a little bit against Usyk here. Boom, bop, right? Not just allowing it to be that easy lead hand control that he allows him to kind of dance around. Again, feinting him here. Now, when he feints him here, whoa, look at that guard from Usyk. Look at where that lead hand is, right? He's trying to pull back and then lunge and leap onto the line with that right hand, and make Fury pay for throwing that single punch at him. Okay? So he's going to make a little bit of an adjustment. Boom, boom. And again, he's getting that same reaction. Pa. Here comes that shot. And now Usyk is going to, again, trying to lunge onto that line. We can see that lead hand coming out. But because he had a follow-up now, right? After slowing the fight down enough, jab and peel, right? Feinting, he's able to take what he's built off, right? About like a minute into the round, and then add a 1-2. Again, a lot of energy just to land one punch, a lot of feinting, a lot of snapping, a lot of that work right there. Now, all-time great flaw here. We've got Fury trying to pivot on the front foot here, right? Notice Usyk is going to take this small step around him, right? Gets on the line here, challenges him, right? Here he is on the line. He's going to take a step with that leg, allow Tyson Fury to get out so that he'll pivot on the front foot, right? Trying to take advantage of that shot. Fury's pulling because he knows he's going to get attacked here because this is where you always get attacked, right? But it allows Usyk to kind of chase him. Now, again, as he's moving around, he shifts southpaw instead of pivoting on that front foot and being forced to fight in a bad position, right? Moving, not allowing him to get close enough, and then again, trying to fight him and not let him get to that space. But what happens when he gets to this position? He's in the Phileas shell. He has the lead hand down by his waist. Boom, boom, and he immediately gets rocked, smashed by a very, very quick all-time great skill. Make two punches sound like one, jumps on the line with a pop-pop, right? Mikey Garcia 3-2 right there, right? But again, making two punches sound like one, sewing them together, and landing a clean shot. Whoops. Next round. Number 8. All right. Again, bouncing, stealing that jab at the beginning of round 8. Little back fist there from Fury, trying to keep that distance, trying to keep him controlled. Feinting. Now, check this out, right? Because he's feinting. Usyk is getting to the line. Feint. Down. Feint. And look at him pinch his guard, right? Boom. And then he goes down. And again, he was forcing Tyson Fury to interact with him on each of those beats because if he gets down, boom, and he feints him, he might jump up with that shot or jump up with the rear hand or jump up with the jab. So Tyson Fury sees, okay, he's bouncing on the line. Bounce, bounce, bounce. And now he follows him up and lands this right hand right through the guard. It kind of pinches right through. You can see it if you go. This video is already an hour long, so we're not going to pay too much attention to, oh, did it land, did it not? The strategy of it, right? Because he was being forced and priced into interacting. He has to do something every time Usyk gets here, right? Otherwise, Usyk is going to hit him. Okay? So finally, bounce on the line. Boom, boom. Timing that bounce. Boom, boom. Right through the guard. Okay? But again, utilizing and saving that energy that he's already being forced to expend. 2, shift. Ooh. Pivot on the front foot. Pivot on the front foot. Pivot on the front foot. Throws a jab. Now, Usyk is trying to cut the ring off and force him to fight, and Fury does a good job of feinting and exploding into these shots. But when he throws this left hand out here, he keeps his left hand down after and winds up getting hit. Again, all-time great mistake, keeping the lead hand down, right? Never blocking with it. But also, Usyk is going to make the same mistake here. He just threw his right hand out, and now he's going to get smacked by a hook because his right arm. Now, again, look at the position that his right arm is in. How many times when you've ever been on the pads with your coach, as your coach told you to put your arm in this position, how many times do you ever train this? Right? This is a lack of training from Usyk. It's a very, very, very big flaw. And again, I want to say, oh, At least that he's never had to fight someone who's but he is fighting someone who's bigger than him, right? So anyway, um, whoops, um, but again, costing him another punch, another important punch, right? Boop. Now again, shelling up, he doesn't really have the greatest defense. He doesn't choose a side of the line, block punches very well. This, and that. Um, and allowing Tyson Fury just to walk on the line and throw this shot right through the guard. Again, pretty nice shot. Pretty cool. Pretty interesting that he didn't throw it more often. Now, again, Tyson Fury moving straight back, right? All the way up to the end of the fight, still moving straight back. We see how he still has his guard up, so he could be blocking a straight punch if it came, but because you don't know if it's going to be straight and you don't know if it's going to be round, it's very difficult to block it moving straight up and just keeping your guard up, right? So again, just giving away another punch because of that flaw. Again, controlling space, eating the body shot, and again, just allowing him to follow up, right? Not enough counters from Tyson Fury, moving straight back. He's not circling. He's not moving off the line. Little pull counter. Now again, beautiful sequences here from Usyk, right? So many follow-ups. Boom, pulling this shot, throwing that shot, throwing a follow-up, kind of getting hit here, but again, following up, going last, being the last one to go again, and not allowing. Sorry, guys, got a message. Um, but not allowing Tyson Fury to come out ahead in the sequences, right? Following them up, putting pressure on Tyson Fury. And again, the long, long sequences, right? The shifting, the chaining the sequences together, they all allow him to continue putting pressure and outpointing him, even though he's not landing the greatest shots, even though, but it's just important for the overall flow of the fight that you keep getting that pressure. Now, again, Tyson Fury, all-time great mistake, pivoting on the front foot here. And as he pivots on the front foot, Usyk is penduluming, right? Looking to interact with that jab. Notice no free hole for the jab. Fury gets to the front foot here, and he's pulling, smacking him over the top with this shot here, right? Attacking him when he gets on the front foot. Now, again, he's attacking him when he gets on the front foot, right? When he's pivoting on the front foot, but he's attacking him not on that same shoulder, on the other shoulder. And again, because he doesn't have a good guard, because of this, because of that, he's wind up getting hit, right? Again, circling, you have to circle and move around your opponent. We can see that Tyson Fury has a lot of holes and a lot of flaws in his circling ability. Now, again, Alexander Usyk, being a right side of the line fighter, not a lot of those rear hand probes crossing the line, jumping on the line here in an effort to throw his rear hand, getting smacked by a hook. But again, following up, not allowing that to be the end of the sequence. And again, taking advantage of the fact that he has more energy, that he's in better shape than Fury, and he can continue the sequences, right? Even though it's dangerous, even though it's this, right? It's just that's how you're going to have to beat a guy who has all these significant advantages. All right, moving into round 9. Beautiful work right there. Beautiful, beautiful work. And again, look at him just chaining these things together. The jab comes, getting under-ish here, countering with his own shot here to the body, moving his head, boom, boom, and then again following up. Both of them really, really trying to keep the sequence going, to score a point, to keep battling. Some really, really beautiful stuff going on. And again, at a high level, that's how fighting works, right? Boom, boom. Now, this shot right here, Tyson Fury used it a couple of times as he's shifting back and sticks out that lead hand control. I thought that was like pretty clever, pretty cool move from him, and pretty effective. Now, again, gets on the line. Very interesting, right? Because he's going to get on the line with him. Boom, throws the uppercut, grabs him, holds him. Illegal, right? Everyone agrees that no fighting can be done right now, right? This is not real. You can't do this. Okay? And it's extremely important for the sake of fighting that it gets removed, that people are not encouraged to do that stuff. jumping on the line with a quick 1-2. Now, I just wanted to point out, he jumps on his foot here and lands that shot. That's why Usyk gives him a big like smile. I just wanted to point that out there. I think that's exactly what's happening. Now again, same thing, trying to tie him up, trying to get to this position and spoil the fight. Now it did take a lot of rounds for it to start happening for that kind of stuff. Again, boom, boom. This was like basically the whole ninth round. That was all he was trying to do. Usyk trying to get onto the line, pendulum up, down, boom, gets smacked with the hook right there. Boom, boom, right? And now jab gets under this shot here. Excellent, excellent counters here. Now it's jab, right? He's going to go jab, and then he tries to move into that too and gets countered here, right? So he's going to do the same thing here in the next sequence, jab, and now he's going to get farther under this counter here and then make it to the body, and then he comes up with a follow-up combination. Again, beautiful work right there. Excellent stuff. And again, figuring out a way to get around the very, very, very rare counters that are coming from Tyson Fury when they do come. And again, it's not just one punch counter. It was very, very high level combination punches, very, very good stuff from from Alexander Usyk. Now again, cheating here, right? Blatant cheating. And it's interesting because I think that Tyson Fury gave away the last round. And again, controlling so many beats right there. I think Tyson Fury gave away the last round by holding. Boom, boom, boom. And again, so many combinations from Usyk. He just puts himself so far ahead against him. Body shot, trying to counter. Now, this is Tyson Fury trying to pivot on the front foot, right? Trying to circle. He's trying to pivot on the front foot here. All-time great mistake, especially pivoting on the front foot with the lead hand down. Again, you can see him here. Boom. Again, pivoting on the front foot. He gets timed really easily with this shot. Not able to... he is landing his own shot too, but we can see clearly him getting hit and timed perfectly here. He almost couldn't avoid it. Even though he's landing his shot too, the fact that he's getting hit by that shot is worse for him, I think, than it is for Usyk. Because, again, it's so common. It's one of those things that just keeps happening. All right, round 10. And again, bouncing, bounce. And then he bounces onto the line. Boop, boop, into an uppercut. And again, why didn't Tyson Fury do more of that, right? Very, very interesting. Again, another uppercut as he moves onto the line into a combination. And again, all he had to do was just be a little bit more active. Throw his own combinations, right? Not allow Usyk to outpoint him so easily by flooding the line, right? Boom, boom. Now, very interesting because he shoots this one, slips to the front foot, two, right? And now take a look at him trying to grab and hold, it looks like. Again, I think Usyk starts figuring it out and starts getting around some of the grabbing and the holding. Uppercut again. Tries to grab and hold here. Again, he looks like he just bodies up right there, but he does wind up grabbing and holding. Pushing him off the line. Again, Tyson Fury not really circling, but moving more straight back. And again, walking right into these punches. Excellent counter there. Really, really good shot right there. Boom. Another one, and another one, and another one. Now again, tries to grab and hold again. And again, it should be illegal. So much of the last end of the fight was Tyson Fury just getting tired, right? Another uppercut. Boom, boom. Now, doing a good job, right? Sensing that that shot's coming, right? Boom. Countering that beat, right? But then not moving his head. No post-punch defense. Again, against a high-level guy, the sequences are really long, right? So not defending his position super well. And again, it's these little tiny things that cause you to fall behind when you're doing so many great things correctly. Slipping, pull counter right there from Usyk right there. Beautiful work. And then again, Tyson Fury trying to tie up, but really good job here, pull countering that move. Excellent, excellent work. Excellent work again from Tyson Fury. Really good shot, but again, tying up here. Now look at him try to tie up. This is what happens. Again, tying up is not only a foul, it's cheating, but it's not even guaranteed. It's not even a 100% thing, right? Because he tries to tie him up here, right? He misses the tie up because Usyk is a man, he's a physical as well, and he winds up catching him. Okay, he finally got used to the tying up. He finally figured out the rhythm and when it was going to come. Instead of it being a follow-up punch, instead of it being combinations, instead of Tyson Fury throwing a lot of punches at his opponent, Tyson Fury's trying to tie him up instead, but we saw what the fight looked like, how different it was when he was throwing combinations, right? It looked like he had a little bit of success. And then he tries to hit him here and then tie him up. And then instead, Fury's getting hit, right? Alexander Usyk is creating a little bit of space, getting under that shot, and then finding an opportunity to land his own power punch. Again, stuff like this also should have a dramatic effect on the fight. Now, beautiful here, jumps on the line with the jab, counter with the uppercut. The shot comes, does catch him here, but a little bit of post-punch defense right there, right? Beautiful work, right? That's some pretty decent boxing right there. And it's a shame that Fury waited so long to actually do that stuff, you know? Anyway, don't forget to check out the Fouts Boxing Academy. If you guys are interested in learning how to fight better, if you guys want to learn the art of power punching, check out my power punching series. It's going to be in the link in the description below. Yeah, I'm the first coach in history to figure out how all the power punching works. Check it out. Be one of the first. Okay. All right. See you guys.